guess who stepped in the room? Hey,
Kapow, hit you with that Shaolin style. You know what it is, man. Savage
wait,
AF.
wait, what you know about that Wu-Tang, son?
It ain't nothing to mess with, I'll tell you
I
that.
know that. You know that. Yo, Savage AF, we here for you. We are normally here for you 3 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Typically.
Sometimes a little bit after, fuzzy
Stay
times.
tuned, stay tuned.
But we're here 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Specific style. Specific style. All right.
Standard time, specifically. You know what it is, man. Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. typically,
To
right?
4.
So if you ever miss us live, that's on you, pimping. Okay,
What you
that is
doing with your
on you,
First off,
good
I want to
pimping.
know. First off, I want to know what you doing with your life, baby. Why aren't you watching us, baby? I don't
You
know
got to
why.
collectivize.
Yes, why do pimps feel the need
You
to
know,
make sure their hands are moving like insects?
it's that's how you distract the girl while you
Yeah.
control her mind.
Wow.
Listen, but you can go to our YouTube channel and
It,
deep
wait, am I doing this
pimpify your
right
mind.
way? Hold on. Yeah. Yeah.
No, there you go.
Yes.
There
There
you
you go.
go. You can deep pimpify your mind on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/C/Savage AF World. We have all the shows archived there.
Archive there. You can watch them. You can like them. You can. But before you do all that, you got to do this. Subscribe to the goddamn channel, ring the goddamn bell, and make sure you give your goddamn thumbs up. Pow!
We're
Face.
not supposed to be cursing for another 2 minutes and 50 seconds, okay?
But goddamn it,
Hold back.
we can say goddamn it. But also, if you look up top,
Watch.
if you look up top, it says Savage A. It's supposed to be Savage A. F. But it's on the YouTubeage.
That's how you find us on YouTube. A.F.
YouTube. Yes,
That's
yes,
what you
yes,
want.
yes.
Listen, because did I say on YouTube? I meant to say Facebook. Savage AF
Facebook.
A.F. on Facebook.
Yeah, you said YouTube.
Yeah, I did. I messed that up.
Well,
But
hold
that's
up, man.
okay.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Oh, you motherfuckers.
We're not supposed to let Denzel cuss yet either.
Well, Denzel can cuss because it's
Yeah,
a
okay.
video.
You can't stop it. But listen, man, on Facebook, Savage A.F. Also, the most important thing in this world right now. And I know there are a lot of heavy things going on, but there's nothing more important than our Instagram numbers, y'all. You got to follow us on the gram, the IG. Cats are dying every day. Like comedians' whole careers are crumbling because they ain't got the
And I
numbers.
mean it. And I mean
I'm
it.
one of
It's a
them.
tough one. No, you're not. No, you're not. Pedro's coming out with a comedy special soon. It's gonna blow your mind, baby.
That's why I was a little late today. I was listening to that audio one more time.
Yeah.
I had the headphones pressed in like
Feels
this.
good.
Taking my
Yeah.
notes, and then there's a couple other things we gotta.
All right, but make sure you follow on the IG at Black Pedro.
That's it.
And follow comedian Shang.
There's really only one C in that though.
Oh yeah, comedian Shang. And
There's a lot
also
of C's.
Threads. Threads. Make sure you follow us on Threads. Black Pedro at comedian Shang on the Threads. Rock with us on the Threads because the Threads is rocking with me right now. My numbers is slowly creeping. They're slowly creeping up. But make sure that y'all check us out. If you got us on IG, check us on Threads too.
That's what it is.
I'm gonna start posting promos of the show on Threads.
That's it.
Yeah, so make sure you check it out. I see some people jumping in the feed. One more thing before we start, so I can let y'all know, and it's okay. It's okay. You can be all right. All right. Make sure if you get a chance this Wednesday, November 1st, if you happen to be in the Ontario, California area, boom, we're gonna be doing a show in Ontario, California, Wednesday, November 1st at 8 p.m. It's a free guest list. Inbox myself or at Black Pedro, and you can get free passes to come check out Black Pedro, myself, Jason Rogers, Kevin Davis, hosted by LJ. I'm going to change my clothes at least 5 times. Brown and Brian T.
Suits.
All right, so
and I know we kind of look like a Motown review, you know, something we about to do. Just come see the doo-wops live in Ontario, but it's actually gonna be funny as hilarious.
And then this Sunday, I'm going to be in, that's right, Claremont Mesa, which is basically San Diego. San Diego, Sunday, November 5th at Mic Drop Comedy Club. Make sure you come check us out live, all the way
Way
live.
live.
Make sure you. All right.
Baby,
And then
baby.
last thing, because we gotta get this out. Vegas, Viva Las Vegas. Gonna be in Vegas November 6th through the 12th. If you want to get on the free guest list, just inbox me on IG or send it to shangism@packbell.net. I'll get you in free. And that's one show per night, 8 p.m. and Las Vegas at the Strat LA Comedy Club. All right, had to get that out because you got to do the promotions. You know,
Shout out to everybody in the building. Damani Jones called it the Rolling Unks tour. Okay,
Wow.
Let Unk tell you a story. I see Nicole H is here, Breezy JJ's as well. Sandy, we got you. Bronda, don't know what she gonna do. Miss Unpredictable. Thank y'all for being here and rolling with the Unks. Did I ever tell you about the time? Yeah, nigga, you told us about the time.
Oh yeah, it's after 6.
Savage AF, man, fuck your feelings. Facts matter. You
Yes,
know
it
what
is.
it is.
Yes, it is.
Black
Yes, it
Pedro,
is.
comedian Shang. We're the show that gives you politics, hot topics, current events, and an I don't give a fuck kind of style.
No, I don't give a fuck kind of style. Oh my God, your language.
I don't give a fuck.
Your language is just out of
It's the way I was raised, okay? That being said, man, we are gonna get this show popping for you.
Yeah, I guess that's what we're gonna do.
Shang sounds like for Shangri today, his edible has just kicked in. The question is real really real?
Is it real, son? Is it really real, son? Is really real, son? Is it really real?
Oh, you want to give it that?
No, I just did that just now, but I wasn't planned.
Is it really real, son? Is it really real? We're
Yeah.
gonna find out. We're gonna step into that reality. Before we get into that, speaking of popping, Black Pedro will be doing that for you. That's me speaking about myself in third person. Are you ready for some? Are you ready for some?
Are you really ready for some?
Are y'all ready for some? We gonna
but are you really ready for some?
But before we get into that, man, I know we've already asked a couple of questions today, but so we might as well keep the trend going. And the most hardest, hittingest, questioningest question that we ever questioned when we
out of all the questions of all questions, as you question what you question.
Yes, sir. When we ask that question, we mean it when we say,
motherfucker say what? Yeah. Motherfucker say what? Say yeah.
All right. His name's Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson. He, the newly elected Speaker of the House, again, looks like a substitute librarian at Hogwarts.
Evil Harry Potter.
But he, newly elected Speaker of the House, straight from Louisiana. Pretty much a suited Klansman. I'm just going to read that, his aura. But I hear he has a black son, so... What? So what?
What is that?
You can still be racist.
You can still be racist. He probably treats him like shit.
Keep him round back. Watch what he can do. Do the thing where you flip.
Yeah.
But that being said, we'll leave the kids out of it for now. Boys, I tell you, he can do this thing where he
flips. The thing where you flip and you know what I'm saying, put your big black lips on it.
Watch him shoot. He was recently interviewed over the weekend, and in regards to this Maine shooting, right? Mass shooting. Oh, by the way, the killer did pop up dead. They found his body.
Supplies.
They found his body. Looked like a self-inflicted gunshot wound. You know, so we know the MO. We know what they do. But in the wake of yet another shooting, which we've almost had, we're having a mass shooting every 12.5 hours statistically.
Which I think is pretty good for us because you know what I mean by pretty good is because we were having way more.
We're number one. We're number one.
I don't know what you guys are doing, but we're going for the gold this time.
Yeah, but so you know we've been active with active shooters this year. And in response to that, your boy Mike Johnson, Evil Harry Potter,
crazy psychotic religion, like he wants
to ban stuff.
God, you know what he thinks? You know who can save us? Only God can save us. Only God can save us.
Yeah, man.
What
But
he doesn't understand. He's just stupid.
but in this interview, he says that it's the human heart that commits these tragedies. It has nothing to do with the weapons. And to that, I think that's a huge motherfucker say what. Because when they say people kill people, guns don't kill people, people kill people. It's like, but with guns, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
right.
they typically don't use their heart.
There
They
hasn't been
typically use
one.
their finger on the trigger.
Right. There hasn't been one
And
drive
your
by
shoulder.
punching or slapping ever.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't. Well, there might have been. There might have been a drive by slapping or punching, but I don't think it takes out like as many people.
We don't talk about mass stabbings. We don't talk about mass chokings.
It's the human heart. It's the human heart that does it.
Black people would like to talk about the mass lynchings that have occurred in the United States over several hundred years. However, they don't want us to talk about that.
Damani Jones in the building.
But if you take the guns out of the equation, the mass killings stop. When Bill Clinton signed an assault weapons ban, I believe in 93 or 95, one of those
95.
years. 95. Mass shootings in America went down 43%. When George W. Bush let it expire in, I believe, 2006 or so, mass shootings went up, I think, around 240%, somewhere in that range.
Something.
I mean, these are
something minor like that. Yeah.
So, I mean, the numbers don't lie, man. There's just no logic. That's why this is a motherfucker say what today. Because to say some dumb shit like it's just the human heart. Okay, the human heart. Oh, by the way, I love the point that the counterpoint that's been put out there by social media and several out there. It's just like, well, they have hearts in Canada and England and Australia, and they have hearts.
But their hearts aren't the
in
same.
France and all. And so why aren't their hearts mass shooting people? Why is the American heart? Because this isn't a human heart thing. Because there are human hearts all over the goddamn planet who are not doing this. Why are American hearts shooting people in these mass numbers like this?
Because I'm gonna tell you why. Because we're gun nuts. Number one. It's
just access. It's just access.
Right? But you know what? He thinks that if we just pray hard enough, everything will be all right. If you pray to Black Jaimin Hansu, if you pray to Jaimin Hansu, you'll be all right.
Give us free.
Yeah, exactly. You give up, and they think he's to the point where he thinks if you just pray it away, it'll be all right. So if you fall in the ground in the water, and you see Jesus. Jesus will save you.
Follow him, please.
Right.
Like, for all those out there
who
think like Mike Johnson, please, if you're ever in the water and you see Jesus somewhere, just go where he's going. Go follow. Yeah, please follow him. He's going down to the bottom of the lake.
For the religious people in the feed. No, if you don't start paddling or try to reach for something, Jesus can't save you. Now I know that sounds like I'm, going against religion, but he can't. That's just stupid.
What up,
Dad?
Get up.
Yeah, you got to do something for yourself.
Jeff Keller's in the building too.
A very funny comic. If you ever get a chance, go make sure you check out Jeff Keller. Very smooth-faced man. Also, he's a smooth-faced
This
man.
nigga shave game is amazing.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I don't know how many
saw him at the club the other night. I'm like, look
damn.
at this smooth-faced motherfucker. But I just want you to know that this guy is beyond nutty buddy. He is beyond right wing. He made Jim Jordan look like a fucking saint. Jesus Christ, some of the speeches he's had. And he's sitting there going, yeah, my face is not real. And I mean, it's just, yeah, he's called fake face.
Speaking of faces, Jeff Smooth's face says, Native Americans know guns and mass killings is how white folks got America. I'm telling you, man, we know that the human heart can do many things, but the American heart, and particularly one kind of heart, the one that belongs to the white fellers, seems to be enamored and sort of fixated on guns and shooting and having the right to shoot and
Well,
shooting to shoot.
right. When we thought like, let y'all know something. We did show the thing, even though me and Pedro had a huge disagreement about it. But when I showed that white men are primarily the shooters pertaining to this, is he trying to say it is the white human heart? Because if you look at the white human heart and all of the shit that the white human heart has done throughout history of America, the white human heart ain't shit if that's the case.
But even in this case, right?
Again,
You know, again, Canada is filled with white hearts, and England is filled with white hearts, and France is filled with white hearts, and Spain. It's white hearts everywhere. But this American white heart, something wrong with y'all, man. Y'all out your mind. Because here's the thing. There could be just as many crazy ass white people in England, France, Spain, wherever, right? Germany. I'm sure they've proven that by now. But none of them have access to weapons of war that can carry hundreds of bullets at once, wipe out a school, church, bowling alley, nightclub, whatever, in a matter of minutes, and then you bounce to the next location to kill more before the cops even get to the first location.
Right, and that was what happened in this case. This
Yeah.
guy was already on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? And it just seems like all of these what is it? Hearts and minds, or what do they say?
Our thoughts and prayers.
Hearts and prayers.
You know, the only remedy they have. Bobblehead Bobert sent out some thoughts and prayers. It's like, bitch, how about some legislature? Like,
Yeah, right.
how about some
Now,
legislation?
it's primarily the guns of war. Like I'm saying, don't get me wrong. I've shot a handgun, I've shot a shotgun, I've shot
A dog. Listen, we know.
but I'm telling you, wow.
My bad. I wasn't supposed to
I
tell
didn't
you
know
that.
you were gonna go there, man. You know what? Jesus loves you.
He does. He
Thank
does.
you, Jesus. Jesus loves you.
Well, you know, I'm a owner. I'm a gun owner, right? Like, but I only did it because America was not the only reason I did, but like the primary reason.
That
I
sounds
did
like
it,
that was the primary reason you did it.
well, the primary reason I did it is because like America keeps letting crazy motherfuckers buy guns without any background checks or, and it's varies so much by state and all that, and loopholes and all this. So it's just like, it's no wonder that all of these crazy motherfuckers out here doing this, and because we let them have it. Like, yes, mental illness is obviously a factor in these things, right? Obviously. But the other major factor is that they also got a gun. Like, if something in your head says kill 4 people, like Martin said,
right, and
like stab them all, and you don't have knives, you can't do that.
See what you did, Pedro? You started some shit. Nicole A said Shang will shoot your pet for a small fee. I never said it. It's not a small fee.
Okay. And he does not take credit.
I like to put hands on the animal if I'm gonna do it.
Want to feel the breath go away.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to feel his soul.
That's just
no.
All right, we got to a place.
you kill one dog with a staff, and motherfuckers won't let you just live it down.
Damani Jones said you'll choke a dog out for free just to see if you still got it. beat my own personal record.
We have a horrible.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
no, we
have a horrible people in the feed. You guys in the feed are just you're wrong. Your feet stinking. You don't love your baby Jesus. Oh God! Now this religious zealot, I like to use that word because I don't get to use it. When Mike, they call him MAGA Mike. By the way, they're calling him MAGA Mike.
Okay.
No, that's sense. That
makes sense.
Makes complete sense. And he thinks God will fix everything if you just pray it away. You pray it away. And unless he found out God was black, then it might be different.
What the?
But okay, we got people in the feed going. Okay.
So, hold on, I'm gonna highlight this one. Sandy does bring up a point. She says some of the shooters want attention and are doing it for clout, credibility. And that's another aspect, is that the media the media definitely glorifies, some of these shooters, and just simply by putting their name out there, and he wrote manifestos, and his mother said he was. It's like, you know what? A lot of these in any other country, when something like this does happen, because it's not like it never happens anywhere else, but just definitely not with the regularity here. They don't glorify, or they don't advertise who the person was. And even wanting the clout credit doesn't make sense, because they all, at the end of the day,
no,
usually shoot themselves or try to get
no,
shot.
or they try. It's death by cop or death by suicide. That's their way of committing suicide, and they want to take people out. But no, if you look at the mass shooters, the ones that have really gone in heavy, a lot of it has been racially motivated. If you look at Milwaukee, if you look at
Buffalo,
Charlotte, which was another one of those guys that you see, and like if you look at how Charlotte, if you see how they went about it, and the guy that ran over somebody with his car, which he killed a white person, by the way. He hurt black people, but he killed a white person. And if you look at how that whole movement started with the white Christian, is it right-wing white Christian nationalists? A lot of those guys were part of that crew. If you look at the guy that drove from one part of Texas to El Paso and wanted to kill brown people, I believe it was in a Walmart.
Yeah.
All right. Or like, see the joke I have, or Target. I think it's basically racially motivated, because white people right now are feeling like they're going to be bred out and they're afraid, and so they go, you know what, god damn it, I can't have these blacks and browns do it, so I got to take them all out. And that's the way they're rolling right now.
And it's like, it's not that, like, okay, so the statistics, the raw numbers show that most 99.9999% of these mass shooters are white guys, right, who seem to fit similar profiles in a lot of different ways, right?
You said 99.9999.
No. And I don't have the official number on that, but
almost 80% of mass shooters are white.
Yeah, there you go.
So 80%. This is a recent poll they did October 2023. So that's pretty recent.
And it's spanning from 1982 to 2003. So I mean to 2023. So,
yeah.
So that's 40 years of data, 41 years of data. So and 80% of the shooting. So yeah, that's a solid number. But that's not like the majority of white people who are doing that, right? Like it's not like,
it's not every white person that's out there killing, but they're getting killed. They're getting slaughtered too. I mean, I hate to use the word slaughter because it just sounds even worse, but it is true. They're getting slaughtered too by these crazies.
No, it happens to. It's happening to a lot of different people in a lot of different communities. LGBTQ. Religious.
No, that was in Florida. Was that in Florida, or was that in?
Yeah, and it's happened other places. But my point was just like that. It may be a small slice of white people that are doing this, but the reality is, you gotta put some restrictions around access for everybody, right? And really weed this shit out, because it really doesn't make sense. Like, it's not the human heart; it is access to guns that is allowing
not normal,
these people to do
not
this.
Not just regular guns, but
assault weapons, weapons of war. I get it. I got one. I know what it could do.
I mean, I'm talking about Payow.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane to let insane people have this and not be screening for the insane people properly.
Well,
and honestly, if you need a gun, like I've said this before, nobody needs a gun today.
Well, that's not true.
Well, if you do, call the cops, right? Especially if you're white.
You know what? The reason that you got a gun is the reason that we need a gun. Is because there's one,
but not everybody.
No, again, I said we.
I was talking about white America.
Oh, okay. Oh no, I'm saying the reason I shall speak for Pedro. No, the reason he got a gun is because he saw that it's getting kind of nutty, buddy. It's getting kind of hectic. And the bottom line is, right now they're in the woods training. They're in the woods training, getting ready. They got their little kids shooting guns. They got babies Yeah, they made baby guns, baby
Oh yeah,
AKs.
we put that up on here. But and you know, that's a whole other sect of the gun problem. But if we just stay focused on the mass shooter,
Right.
right? Because I didn't buy guns thinking I want to go. We lost Shane for a second, but I'll say to you guys, come in here, that I didn't go in buying guns thinking I'm gonna stop a mass shooter, right? Like that's not the mode I'm in. I was more like America's getting dangerous. Looks like it's falling apart. White people are getting openly racist, and you ain't gonna knock on my door with that bullshit, right? And that's where I was. And that's again a different set of problems with guns. But as far as the mass shooter situation, as far as that goes, yeah, you know that's obviously an access, like just obviously an access issue. The mental health wouldn't matter if they didn't have a gun. You know what I mean? If they couldn't get a gun, you know. And we find out with the main shooter, this most recent one, you know, one of his fellow ex, you know, one of the guys he served with, because I believe he was an Army reservist. One of the guys he served with, was really worried that the dude was gonna snap. So the signs were there, and you know, there's a baseline that we could see that, hey man, you might not be ready to have a gun. You know, people
Well, I wouldn't,
people should be required to train and show marksmanship in order. You know,
but
it's like
you can say that, but the thing is, right now the way they're going about, at least what I've seen, the way they're going about it is they're saying, well, you're going against my Second Amendment right, and they're going as right, but they never included when the Constitution came up with the Second Amendment right that people would have guns that could mow down a fucking dinosaur. You know, they didn't know that then. They had muskets. You know what I'm saying? And now you can kill like Cincinnati.
and yeah, and also it's like with more and more mass shootings, it's clear. It's clear.
What's up, JoJo?
With each and every mass shooter that pops up, it is clear that not every American should have this Second Amendment right. Right? Like we do restrict some people from having guns anyways, as it is. We usually don't preempt it.
Hey man, we ain't got to talk about that.
Hey man, I wasn't even gonna get personal. You ain't.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, man, we ain't really got to speak on that. And all you motherfuckers in the feed, I don't want to hear nothing else about the fact that I couldn't get my goddamn gun without paying all kind of lawyers and getting things expunged, whatever the hell that means.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
Pedro's got a gun.
Yeah, man. But we do have these some restrictions in some places, and some
California,
people, and some places won't allow you to have a gun after certain things, you know, whether it be felony or some other shit.
Right. If you beat your woman,
but
domestic abuse. If you beat your woman because she didn't make you Eggos, you shouldn't have a gun.
Bitch, say cold in the middle. You know,
is that the cold in the middle?
That's when the nigga snaps, when he bites into that little frozen part in the middle. But yeah, man, it is clear that not every American is fit and worthy of owning a gun. That's just there's no disputing that. Brian Pryor said the Second Amendment was designed to serve as a constitutional right to form a militia in the event the government became tyrannical, not to bust shots at people because you don't like them. Holler if they hear you, Brian. Come on now. But yeah, no, and you know, where your militia at? Oath Keepers, Proud Boys, y'all went too far with the militia shit, right? On some dumb shit. But other than that, if you're not militiaing up, we probably don't need your ass to own the gun. You probably can't shoot.
Right, but if the government, and that's the thing about Texas. And by the way, anybody, if you're from Texas, I'm talking to you, bitch. Get out the way. Texas, there's a thing I looked up. Texas, despite all of the mass shootings, despite the fact that a lot of people there was a lot of mass shootings, specifically mass shooters from Texas, they loosened gun restrictions even more. You could have a gun at the sauna. You're in the sauna. You get and somebody's like looking at you. Say, "Why are you looking at me? You know it's hot in here." Boom.
Bang bang.
It goes down just like that.
Now, Texas, you can carry a gun without a license or
A face.
or training at all. Which is like that's not what you want, man. I've said the story before, but the first time I walked into a gun range, like a private gun range, that wasn't on a military base or whatever, I was just like, yo, I don't know any of these people, and they all have guns. Like it's a little unnerving. If you're just like, fuck, man.
No,
What if this nigga goes cashews on
and
us?
decides to kill everybody in the gun range?
Yeah.
But it goes down.
I mean, that'd be a bad place to be
that's a
to
bad
do a
place.
mass shooting.
Nicole H said, it's telling me that if I come to Texas, I can buy 55 guns. I don't think I need 55 guns.
In 13 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think I need 55 guns. But this
in Texas, they'll say shit to you like, "How do you know you don't need them?"
I mean, look, I got this one I just bought recently. Bayou.
Yeah, that's a broken nose.
Easy. But I think that this guy, Mike Johnson, who it sounds like such a fake fucking name. Sounds like it's his alias for evil Harry Potter.
He was named by AI and shit.
This is Harry Potter sodomizing one of the other kids. Bend over.
Booty Taurus. Brian Pryor. Brian Pryor, who lives in both D's, Detroit, and the only one that counts, and Dallas. Says he keeps that thing on him when he's down in Texas.
So you can take it with you to Texas?
Oh yeah, you can fly with guns. Brian flew when he last time he came to visit me. He brought his friends. Yeah, you can. I mean, you can fly with weapons. Just not in your fucking waistband.
Since we're talking about creepy Creeperton's face, he's right wing, crazy religious. He doesn't want women to have the right over their, over abortion. He wants to make it across the board. It doesn't matter if you're graped. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter if you're graped. It doesn't matter if it was incest. It doesn't matter if it threatens the life of the woman. It just doesn't matter to him. So you got to think his stance on that is just unbending.
Garbage.
His stance pertaining to just pray it away is unbending because he's one of those religious Christian zealots. Garbage. And also the things he said he's going to change about the government. Now, say when we get to the election in 2024, since he's second, you were absolutely right. I kept fucking that up. He's second to the president.
Second in line. Yeah.
Second in line. He can decide, even if they lose the election, to fuck it up. And I don't see him being like Mike Pence. By the way, Mike Pence dropped out because he knew he wasn't going to win shit. Bye, Mike Pence. Bye, Mike Pence.
The fly jumped off his head finally and was like, "You ain't shit.
You ain't shit. You know what? I don't even want to stay on your stinky head." Do you think that he's going to go that far? Because so far it seems like he will go that far.
Yeah.
I'm asking you.
Oh, wait. Do I think what?
Do you think that he'll go that far to?
Well, here's the thing with this Mike Johnson dude is that we don't have to worry about him with January 6th as long as the next January 6th in 2024 or sorry 2025 actually
25.
But because like with the November elections, if we just flip the House back Democratic, then
not gonna happen. But go ahead.
But it could. January 3rd.
What is wrong with you, man?
January 3rd, 2025 would begin a new Congress 3 days before that. So you could have a new Speaker of the House, and he won't be there. Mike Johnson wouldn't be there to subvert.
But you're delusional. The Republicans are going to absolutely mop the Democrats because they're a bunch of pussies. Democrats don't see how. Here we go with this shit again. And the Democrats don't see how dire it is, what we need to do right now to go at these fucking nutty buddies and these right wing conspiracists.
I mean, I think part of it is like right now, let the Republicans eat
Hang
themselves
themselves,
alive.
right? But
Yeah.
they're not.
And then come showtime in the general election,
Then it's like,
you hit 'em
it's
with the
on,
trophy. Yeah.
it's on,
You hit them with the
motherfucker.
receipts. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, and plus the last two elections, the Republicans have not mopped the Democrats. Like the Democrats actually took over the Senate, and didn't lose as many seats as they, thought they were going to lose in the House. They did lose the majority, but not by this mega MAGA wave that was.
They said it was going to be a red wave. It was going to be a
Yeah.
bloody Sunday.
Tuesday. So that
Yeah.
shit didn't happen. So and I think independents are being more and more
The moderates need to actually stop being
dissuaded.
moderate. I'm so fuck you, moderates. What do you mean moderate? When you see all of this corrupt shit that shitmouth Trump is doing, and you still rocking with him, then what is wrong with you? Why do you keep rocking with this dude? And you're a bitch, and your family's from a long line of bitches. If you actually think this man gives a shit about you, the only reason he's running is so he won't go to jail, which he's not going to go to jail. Which I don't want to hear nothing from nobody in the feed about him going to jail, because he's not, and he's not going to go to jail. He's not going to do any jail time. He's not going to get diggled. None of that's going to happen.
If he keep talking, man, he might end up in jail before any of the trials are over. With these gag
That
orders
is true.
going
I
down.
just posted something about that, and I got a whole bunch of people arguing with me about it.
He's been hit with a $10,000 fine by Engeron though. So
Okay.
we'll see how that plays out. But okay, so we'll move on and start to wrap the show. But this idea that, well, it's just the human heart or it's just mental illness. That's an ass nugget argument. Okay. Obviously, somebody with, bad intentions in their heart or, mental illness in their head
Or racism.
should not have access to a gun. And that's just it. And you're doing nothing out there to restrict that, Republicans. All right. That's what it is, man. Savage AF.
Nicole, stop it. Stop drinking. Stop doing your drugs. He's not going to jail. So
we shall see. Savage AF, man.
Yeah.
Fuck your feelings. Facts matter.
Facts
We're
do matter.
gonna keep it pushing, man. And as we do, I'm your boy, and I'm gonna give it to you a little something like that.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro, popping in, hey, with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'.
Hey. It's your boy Black Pedro with another popping to let you know what's popping. Ha! Check this out, y'all, man. Check this out, man. Are you ready for some football?
Oh my God.
Yeah, man.
Why'd I see that coming?
We
Could it be the shirt that
Are you ready for some? And tonight, actually, the Pistons are playing at 5:00 Pacific Standard Time, and then the Lions are on at like 5:30. So
5:30? Yeah,
I got me a double.
No, I'm sorry, 5:15. Sorry,
at 5:15. But I got a doubleheader going on. But want to step. Well, first of all, I'm gonna start with these Pistons, because since I talked to y'all last week, and I know y'all care. The Pistons, they lost by 1 to the Miami Heat, who won the East last year and came in second in the NBA. They were down, fought back in the second half, lost by 1. Okay, that was the season opener.
right.
Came back another road game, and beat Charlotte. And I don't know if y'all remember, but I was like to my Pistons, and I know they listening. But, giving up 120-something points to the Miami Heat is not going to help you out throughout the season. You got to every successful Piston team that has won championships has been defense heavy, defense first. So you keep teams under 100, and now you got a much better chance. Next game, listening to Coach Black Pedro over here, they held Charlotte to 99, beating by 12.
Coach Black Pedro, when did you start coaching?
Hey, brother, I try and keep my endeavors humble.
Okay.
But they won. They beat Charlotte on the road, and then they gave it to the Bulls right up in their face at the home opener. So and also the Bulls didn't break 100 until garbage time and the game was over. So just keep listening to me, guys. We got it. Monty,
And
he
you're
can do
down
most
for
of
this team with one of the best logos in the business.
but yeah, then we'll move on to this Monday night game. The Las Vegas Raiders, still not used to saying that, but the Las
It sounds
Vegas
funny.
Raiders,
It doesn't sound right.
they are Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, that sounds a little bit better.
It just sounds like you chase hookers around the strip all day. I'm a Vegas Raider, man, just looking for some. But the Vegas Raiders are coming to Detroit, are in Detroit for this Monday night game. It's rare in my lifetime that the Lions are on these premier featured games Monday night, Thursday night. So hype about that, and we're actually good. But more importantly, looking to bounce back from that ass throttling that they got on the road they got mangle-fied in the middle of their booty by the Baltimore Ravens, man. Like, I mean, just emasculated football-wise, to be honest. It wasn't even a manly loss.
But look at their record. They're 5-2.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not complaining about the team or saying the season's over. I will say that nobody wants to see a loss like that. I don't give a fuck. I ain't saying you got to win on the road at Baltimore every time. That's a tough task. But Jesus Christ, like it was like 38-6. I mean, they got mollywopped.
They got mollywopped, yeah.
So you want to see that bounce back because that's what this game is. That's what this league is. The sport in general. You're gonna get popped in your mouth sometimes. You're going to take L's.
For sure.
But how you get back up, how you bounce back is what's important.
The reason I'm going to give you,
Pistons.
I'm going to give you this. If you look at the Raiders' record, they're 3-4. They're 3-4.
Yeah.
Lions are 5-2.
They should manhandle the Raiders.
Right. The game is at 5:15 today. ABC. Detroit favored to win. If you look I look at the stats. That's on the stats for the Lions, and that's what's going on. I don't want to talk about my teams because my teams are yogurty. So
the Jets have been scrappy this year. But
scrappy is not. Yeah, wow. You said scrappy. You're making.
They're winning some games that you wouldn't think they. I mean, Aaron Rodgers went down, but they're still finding ways to win some of these games, man. They beat somebody this weekend.
They're 4-3, man. That's not good.
It's a winning record.
Not really.
I mean, it's only one game behind the Lions.
I don't. Well, okay, all right. Well, we'll just live with that. And anybody in the feed, if that's what you want to rock with, but I don't know. Damn, are you okay, man? You've been like every time we do the show, you be. I mean, damn.
Just a little sneeze.
Little sneeze.
Me, you. Oh, now, me, you is an owner in the team or something. My Ravens spanked y'all. Hope you bounce tonight. Yeah, well, we gonna
wow.
Be back. Brian Pryor, the Raiders screwed up by hiring Josh McDaniels as their head coach, signing Jimmy G, and letting Carr go to the Saints.
Oh well, you know what? The Raiders they got to build so much. By the time they become like a real team, it's going to be a long time. But I'm going to be dead. And I'm talking about 85, 90 years old.
Right.
So if you're a Raider fan, only thing y'all good at is stabbing motherfuckers at the game.
Wow. You guys do stab a lot. I'm not even going to defend.
Yeah, well, no, the Raiders is good at, Raiders Nations are stabbers. And being Uncle Stabby, I'm not mad at them, but that's what they do.
I'm gonna stab out of here, y'all. That's Black Paper popping for today, man. Shane, take us
and let y'all know something other than Paper. I knew that was gonna be the case because he got the shirt on. He ready to go. By the way, coolest logo, one of the coolest logos in the football.
Wait till you see these helmets they rock tonight. Oh
man,
they're going back to an old school logo on the helmet.
I still like that logo.
Right there. It looks hard, real hard. But you know what is even harder? Yo. It's hard as hell if you actually do what we ask you to do, which is make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe to the channel, you are a good person. Your feet don't stink, and you do love your baby Jesus. If you believe in imaginary people in the sky, make sure that you do it. Stick your finger on the button and do this.
subscribe, also rate us. Make sure you give us the, what is it called? The thumbs. Pow! On any of the, and you can actually go back and watch some of the old shows, watch some of these shows, because some of the stuff we're saying is still relevant and current right now. I also want you to do us one big favor, because social media is apparently the center of the soul of all human beings. At Black Pedro on Instagram, at Comedian Shang on Instagram and on Threads. Make sure you follow Black Pedro and Comedian Shang right now. You know who told me to tell you how to do that? You know me told you? God told me. God told me that you should do it.
There you go.
All right, so now that I've got that out the way, my Shangri for today is something I'm going to show y'all and see if you agree with it. And if you don't, eat a dick. A show is about facts mattering, right?
Mattering.
What do we? Facts are supposed to mattering, right? Is that the right to say mattering? Facts matter. Okay, facts matter. And I want to show y'all something that I found that made me kind of think a different way than I know that they say what they say pertaining to some of the things they say pertaining to what they say. But
say what?
What I just said.
Okay.
All right, watch this and tell me that this is not thorough as fuck.
I have a simple question for you. How many innocent Palestinian civilians, men, women and children, does Israel have to slaughter? How many war crimes does Israel have to commit? How much death and destruction does Israel have to visit on the people of Gaza and Palestine before you will call for and impose sanctions on Israel and expel the Israeli ambassador from this country and call for the immediate referral of Israel to the International Criminal Court for crimes against humanity and war crimes? Because in front of the world, by their own admission, Israel is committing war crimes. They have stated it publicly. This isn't a matter of opinion. They declared their intention to force, through the threat of military bombardment, more than 1 million, and it is now well more than 1 million, Palestinians from their homes in northern Gaza and ethnically cleanse them. A crime against humanity. They stated publicly, and have done it in front of the eyes of the world, the intention to deny to 2.2 million people water, electricity, medicine, life-saving equipment.
The Irish spinning their ass, man.
It's tripped. And that wasn't all of it. I just cut it a little shorter. What do you think of that, people? What else do you need to say? Now, I looked up some of the information, Pedro, just to make sure I wasn't. And so facts matter.
Yeah.
Some of the things they have done is absolutely unequivocally a war crime.
Yeah.
It's a war crime, and that is it. There is no gray area. They keep saying that, and also we found that they were lying pertaining to using babies as shields, cutting off heads. They found out that 2 of the pictures that they were putting out there were fake. They were deep fakes.
Yeah.
They're called deep fakes.
There's a lot of misinformation going on.
There's a lot of misinformation coming from, unfortunately, from Israel. Doesn't mean, and again, you motherfuckers out there, it doesn't mean, oh, you hate Jews. I don't hate Jews. I'm saying Israel is on some fuck shit. The fact that they're saying it blatantly, there is just video after video after video after video. The fact that they, in 1947 is when they started the bullshit, and then and on and on and on and on, they continue to show that they want to take the land by force from Palestinians and then force them out of their homes. And so what do you people think America should say and do pertaining to Israel? Biden sent some help to the Gaza Strip, some medical help to the Gaza people in the Gaza Strip.
Oh, man, we sending bombs and shit to them. Like
but it's
we are
stupid.
bombing them too. Like,
We're sending it. It's like we're sending medical help, but at the same time, and if you look around the world right now, there has been just people just protesting in the streets, massive amounts of people. So I just wanted to see what you people think about the facts. My man, I didn't get his name, but the guy from Ireland.
Those are Irish, like a lot of the Irish parliamentarians, you know, their legislators have been speaking out openly. You know, Ireland isn't down for, you know, they're not into that occupation stuff, you know, like because of England, and you know, so they've been calling that, and a lot of that was right. Like Israel has been saying things out loud, like saying the quiet part out loud
for a while. So
yeah, this whole time.
I just wanted to see what you guys thought. I thought this guy was very much on point. And I wanted to see what the Savage AF listeners are rocking with. And I personally feel like it's time for America to step up, talk about it flat in their face. I know we're supposed to be allies, but say, hey, man, y'all need to chill. We need to pull back sending battleships and all that other shit we send in. And we need the United Nations to step in and say, yo, the fuck you doing? And if they don't do that, then that means that the entire world condones that these brown people that are in the Palestinians in Gaza, they're allowed for their homes to be taken away from them and their lives to be taken away and to be relocated forcefully, and nobody gives a fuck. And just admit it.
Murdered, yeah.
And if that's the case, I'm gonna go to somebody else's house and just take it. And I wish a motherfucker would say something to me, because you know why I took it? One reason was because God said it's okay.
Okay.
And that's what they're trying to use, religion. And actually, that's not anything in the law. That's why you religious motherfuckers that always use religion. It's not nowhere in the law books. So
you know, if you know, and the more I've you know, been paying attention to this, I hear the same question a lot is, you know, doesn't Israel have a right to defend itself? And it's like with the attack that occurred on October 7th, like Israel totally had the right to deploy troops in real time to respond to this.
But what about the times that they did it?
Well, no, I mean, you know, there was a poor response from the Israeli Defense Force at the time, but that would be defending yourself. At this point, after the fact, and with the tactics that they are employing, you know, they are, you know, this isn't defending yourself. This is retaliation. Like, be honest. And I've heard some Israelis, you know, speak in this way that, you know, they want retaliation, they want revenge, but you know, that's not like when you're the state in power, right? Israel has the power between Palestine and even Hamas, right? They got the military force and the political power. If you can cut off somebody's electricity and water and medical aid, you got the power. And, you know, not to get too Spider-Man on y'all, but with great power does come great responsibility.
That was good. It was very Spider-Man. That was.
But I'm saying, but I'm like, you know, you are the ones with the missiles, and you have to be more discerning. Like it's just required of a true civilization to truly be civilized. Right. You're supposed to be required to have this,
but not when you got America backing you. You got America's backing some of this shit, and so we got to say, hey. Yeah, so all of it.
Against it.
So America needs to chill on that shit. Israel needs to chill on that shit. Obviously, Hamas is some bad boys, but the bottom line is now the more research I do, I understand. I don't agree with, but I understand why something like Hamas can be created because of all of the fuck shit that has been happening for 54 years.
Also, it's very important to note that like Hamas came into power with 44% of the vote. Okay, and you got to understand that, you know, they're not like us with this basically a two-party system. They had a bunch of different parties, right? So Hamas got more votes than any other party, right? But if you look at 44%, that's obviously not the majority. So that means that the majority of Palestinians, and this is all 20 fucking years ago, but the majority of Palestinians didn't
weren't rocking with it.
Wanted something else, right? So for those who are like, well, they voted them in, it's like the majority of Palestinians did not vote for Hamas. Also, I've heard some interesting stats. I believe somewhere around 47% of the Palestinian population is under the age of 14, which means a huge chunk, almost half of the population, wasn't even fucking alive when Hamas was created and came into power. So
right.
To hold an entire population responsible for this sect, to me, has become this analogy of, you know, Hamas is me and you, Shang, and every black person in America is KKK, right? They are a terrorist organization that wants to wipe us off the face of the earth, right? And if we took Israeli logic to respond to that, to defend ourselves from that, then every black person in America should kill every white person in America.
And I mean every white person, even if you're married to one.
Because the KKK is embedding itself in our society and using regular white people as human shields, so we can't figure it out. So by Israeli logic, black people should kill all white people just to get rid of the KKK.
And you know what? Israel needs to change the way they're going about it. We need a ceasefire immediately. So as we say ceasefire, we're going to cease this show. Tomorrow, I will be here for Halloween.
Spooky season.
Oh, spooky.
I'm not getting
and then I won't be here Wednesday, but I will be here Thursday, Friday. And then we got some shows rocking out. Make sure you get your free passes to the show at Ontario Improv. That's right, Ontario Improv. This Wednesday at 8 p.m. Doors open at 7 p.m. Make sure you get your tickets that are free through myself or at Black Pedro. You can inbox him and make sure you do that. Okay, that's one. Two, we got another show. That's Sunday coming up at Mic Drop. It's Sunday, November 5th. Showtime is at 6:30. It's the early show because it's Sunday. So make what he just did. Mic Drop. Make sure you check us out. And then I'll be in Vegas for 7 days. November 6th through the 12th, 8 p.m. showtime. If you want free passes in Vegas, wherever you're at in the country, you happen to be visiting Vegas, get at me. It's shangism@pacbell.net. That's my email. But you can inbox me on IG at Comedian Shank. So make sure you check us out. We'll be back at you tomorrow. I wanted to see how y'all felt about it. And I know that a lot of people probably think that we are, me at least, I'll say me, I'm anti-Israel. I just want Israel to chill on some of their tactics of what they're doing and sit down to the fucking table and try to figure something out.
It's like this, man. I stand with Israel, but like I have friends where I can admit that they're wrong. So like I've had friend try and start a fight once, just like he was just being a belligerent drunk, and he was like, "You're supposed to back me up." I was like, "No, nigga, go get your ass whooped." It's like, what you mean? You want to start? Like literally, he was just like throwing ice at this dude across the bar for no fucking reason. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm not about to do anything.
I ain't trying to get stabbed because you feel frosted.
No, that's ridiculous.
Fuck
so,
out
like,
of here, man. So,
I can still stand with the dude in terms of being a friend, while also being like, nah, man, you on your own on this one. Like, man,
I'll bring you some soup when your jaw's broke, but that's about it.
You sip some Ensure for breakfast.
Yeah, exactly, but other than that, man. Hey, nigga, you on your own. Yo, check it out. We're gonna be back tomorrow. We will see you then. It's gonna be a spooky Halloween.
Spooky.
I like just
Los Spookies.
El Spookador. All right, so yo, make sure you tell your friends to share this goddamn fucking channel, because that's the way it goes down. Savage AF. We out of here.